Hello everyone, welcome back to Mortician's Tale. Today we have no email, apparently. There's an arrow there, so... Wait, didn't we already do this? Did it not save at the right spot? Yeah, we already did this. So let's give our respects. And go there. And then go on to the next day. Exactly, December 2nd. 10:22 a.m. Now we got a new email. There, or emails, probably. Let's see what we're up to today. Right, so first of all, let's start here. The LGBTQ funerals respect. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people, I apologize, are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. This absolutely extends to pronouns and expecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. I am sorry, I am really stumbling over words. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraud directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different. And because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived in. So a step in the right direction. That's good news. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal, depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. This, to me, is common sense. But I do understand that the world is not ready for this. Or, it's not fully ready for this because we are making a lot of progress. And that's positive. From Matthew. Wait. I need to read them from bottom to the top. Hey Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income. I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Take care. That's not good business. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Wait, what? Who is he answering to? She's sending it to me, okay. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm going to grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone. And swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? Beef and cheddar? Going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. Freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Okay, so this is something that I really do not want to know. Actually, as a coworker. Oh, hey, Jen. Yeah, okay. It's one mail. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. It's not our lover. It's our best friend. Is it? There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Yeah, so she's probably our best friend. Okay, so maybe I am a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. You're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day. So maybe meeting someone in the industry isn't the worst idea? Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's hard for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom ran over. Going to try it out because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend, there we go, who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't it the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet though. Okay. Hi Amy, thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Passing on this lovely thank you note. Alright, so we have... there's nothing to do here. We have read all our emails, and this is our job for today. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Okay, I'm on it. She's already... Why are her eyes still open? Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we need to prepare her body. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. We need to remove the clothing as well. Alright. Click and drag the necklace and place it on the purple tray. We will place the necklace in the urn with Mrs. Hall's remains later. Okay, this is... I need to pay attention because this is interesting. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. That's actually true. Great. Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. I see, so we don't remove the clothing. It didn't make any sense to me either to do that. Oven is ready. Goodbye, Mrs. Hall. This is actually pretty heavy. And there's the remains. Exactly, that's what we need to do. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so as much as bone fragments. There is some ash, like your tissue and the clothing obviously turning to ash, but your skeleton will still be there. Using the cremulator, we will break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. That's one. Whoops. That's two. Don't want to be disrespectful, but there goes your skull. Now that all the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back into the counter. Make sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. There, and don't forget the tag. Last step, click on the urn's lid and close it all down. All done. Amy will take the turn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Alright. Let's do that then. Here we are. And what do you people have to say? This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Thank you. Did we provide the crab cakes? Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. It's so sad. She fought really hard. She was so proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. Right, she passed away way too soon. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Okay, I'm sorry. But isn't that something that you, I mean, I got my things set with my insurance, and that's also the place where I keep a list of music that I want to be played. So, does it not work like that in the US? I don't know. But yeah, that was Mrs. Hall. So on to the next case. It sounds a little bit disrespectful, but it's still a business. So yeah, if you like what you're seeing, please click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to hang out with me or my buddies, that is possible. We have a Discord. Link is in the description. You're invited. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.